Hello everyone, we're back again with another card from our Blockbuster. This time we're going to be using our Snowy Days collection, and I've selected Merry Christmas to You with the most amazing sheets on here. So I've got my topper, I've got my foiled cardstock, and we're going to use a 5x5 card blank to do a front stepper on this one. So I'm going to take my cardstock and we're going to trim it to 5 inches. And then I will bring in my scoreboard and we're going to create the stepper for the front to go on here. So I'm going to do these steps at 2 inches. So you want to score at 2, at 4, and then we're going to fold these back on each other. And then we can take our trimmer again, and using this as a guide now, I just want to make sure that back panel is 5 inches, so this can sit on the front of our card blank and easily create us a stepper card. So I'll pop that to one side, get our 5x5, and we can stick this directly on to our card blank. So it's a really easy way of cutting into your cardstock to create your steppers. So popping that onto our card blank, making sure it's nice and straight with the bottom. There we go. Oops. There we are. So now we can add our elements onto here. I'm going to use the small topper that we have on here, which says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year." So that's going to sit just sort of hanging off that top section there. I've got Season's Bleatings, which I think is a very funny sentiment to use, so we'll add that onto here as well. We can finish off that top section with a little bit of gemstones, and then I think if we can fit it on here, I'm going to use the sentiment "Sending Love from Across the Miles," and that can fit just on our bottom step here as well. So let's get our foam pads. I'm going to add this onto here like so. With this, I'm going to use foam pads on both the frame and the topper as well. So I'll double up my rectangles for this one and just make sure that's removed and pop that in place. And then I use the super skinny foam pads on my frame here, and we can still move them around the edges to make sure we get as much coverage as possible with these. So making sure it all joins up, we're going around those edges, and I'm just going to do it to the top of this section because we are going to have it coming over our card just ever so slightly, so we don't want to have this stickiness hanging off the card. So we'll pop this in place now, and then we'll add our last sentiment on to here. So I'm going to pop this just off the edge here. Because we're adding the foam pads, we want to be able to see the image as well as having that step at the front. Pop in the other topper, add that large sentiment across the bottom here, "Sending love across the miles," and then our Season's Bleatings I'm going to pop over here, and to do that we'll just double up on some foam pads and just have that on one side of the card so it will fit nicely over the top here. Some silver gemstones for this one. I'm going to add 3 medium-sized silver gems onto the bottom of this card here, and we are done. A nice little stepper card using our Merry Christmas to You from the Snowy Days Topper collection.